Okay, so today what we're going to talk about is transformation of exponential functions. So I'd like you to put the video on pause and do the try this and then come back and check your answers. Okay, so the try this says identify the transformation that maps f of x to g of x if f of x is equal to x to the second power. So that's my parent function. So my g of x is, the first g of x is equal to x squared minus 3. So that would be down 3. Number 2, g of x is equal to x squared minus 1. That would be down 1. Number 3, g of x is equal to parentheses x minus 2 squared. So that would be to the right 2. G of x is equal to x plus 5 squared. That would be to the left 5. G of x is equal to negative and then x squared. So I'm changing my y value to its opposite. So that would be a reflection over the x-axis. And the last one, g of x is equal to negative whatever x is and then squared. So you're changing x to its opposite. So that's a reflection over the y-axis. All right, so let's write down our rules for transformations. So right, so when we have vertical shifts, that's up and down, we are changing our y value. So that would be f of x is equal to x to the a plus b. And remember, when b is greater than 0, it's a shift up b units. If b is less than 0, it's a shift down b units. All right, a horizontal shift, that would be left and right. So that would be adding or subtracting just something just from the x value. So that would be in the exponent. So that would be a to the x plus b power. So if b is greater than 0, that's a shift to the left, b units. If b is less than 0, remember it goes the other way, it's a shift to the right, b units. All right, a reflection over the x-axis. Remember, when you reflect over the x-axis, you negate y. Remember, xy becomes x negative y. So you're changing your y value to its opposite. So f of x is equal to a to the x. That would become f of x equals negative. F of x equals negative a to the x power. A reflection over the y-axis, you negate the x. So remember, the rule is xy becomes negative x positive y. So f of x becomes a to the negative x power. So let me write it down here so you can see it. A to the negative x power. All right, so one thing to remember about an exponential is that f of x equals a to the x power, your basic exponential, passes through the point 0, 1. So start your shifts and reflections from there. And one other thing is this, so put this down at the bottom. When you do transformations with exponential functions, you have to follow order of operations. So follow order of operations. So you have to make sure you do exponents first. So you might not necessarily do your reflections first. Okay, so let's flip it over. Okay, so it says sketch the graph of f of x equals 3 to the x power. Under the given transformation, state the asymptotes, x-intercepts, and whether the function is increasing or decreasing. All right, so first of all, let's just graph f of x equals 3 to the x power. So it goes through 0, 1. And then I have 1, 3. And then 2, 9. So it looks like this. Okay, so now I want g of x is equal to 3 to the x plus 2 power. So that means I am shifting to the left 2. All right, so start on your 0, 1, which is right here, and you're going to go over 2 units and put your point, and do each point. Move over 2 units. And then you could draw your graph. So my y-intercept would be 0, 9. There is no x-intercept. My asymptote is the x-axis, which is y is equal to 0. And this is an increasing function. Okay, so let's take a look at number 2. All right, so first thing is I want you to graph. First graph f of x, which is 3 to the x power. So let's regraph that. So that's 0, 1, 1, 3, 2, 9. Okay, so I have here g of x is equal to 3 to the x plus 2. So that means I'm going up 2 units. So I'm going to be here. So go each point up 2. Your graph should definitely look better than mine. So if I'm going up 2 units, that would mean my asymptote goes up 2 units. Okay, so it should not go below y equals 2. Okay, so my asymptote is y equals 2. My y-intercept is 0, 3, because I went up 2 units. No x-intercept, and it's increasing. Okay, number 3. Graph the parent function. So I have 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, 9. Okay, draw your graph. Okay, so I have here g of x equals negative 3 to the x power. That's a reflection over the x-axis because you are changing the y value. So reflection over the x-axis. Okay, so let's flip it over. You could just count the points. So from this point, it's down, this point here. It's down 2, down 1, and then flip over, go 1. And then the next point is going to be down 3, flip over the x-axis, down 3. And then I'll be down here at 2, negative 9. So it looks like that. So then I have my x-axis is still my asymptote. So that's y equals 0. My y-intercept is 0, negative 1. And there's no x-intercept. And that is now decreasing. Okay, so flip it over. Okay, so draw your parent function. So remember that is 0, 1. Remember this is my parent function, f of x equals 3 to the x power. So I have 0, 1, 1, 3, and 2, 9. Okay, so I have g of x equals 3 to the negative x power. I'm changing x to its opposite. That's a reflection over the y-axis. So we can do the same thing, count the points. So 0, 1 will stay in the same place. The next point, it's to the left 1, and then I'll flip over 1. And then the next point would be over to the left 2, so I'll flip over to the left 2. So it'll look like this. Okay, so my asymptote is still y equals 0. My y-intercept is 0, 1. There is no x-intercept. And that is decreasing. Okay, let's take a look at number 5. Okay, so draw the parent function. Okay, so let's see what we have here. I have g of x is equal to negative x raised to the x minus 2 power. So remember in the past we always reflected first, but because of order of operations, I have to do the exponent first, which means I actually have to shift to the left 2 first. So it's to the left 2, and then a reflection over the x-axis. Okay, so I'm going to go to the left 2 and then flip over the x. So I'm going to start with this point here, and then I'll go to this point and then that point. All right, so I'm going to go to the left 2, so count. Okay, so I'm going to the left 2. I'm starting on 0, 1, to the left 2. And then flip over the x-axis is going to put me right here at the point, negative 2, negative 1. All right, now I'm going from 1, 3, so it's to the left 2. And then its flip over is going to put me at negative 1, negative 3. And then I'm going from 2, 9, I go to the left 2, and then go down 9, flip over the x-axis, go down 9, it'll be down there. So it'll look like that. Okay, so my asymptote is y equals 0 again, the x-axis. My y-intercept is 0, 9. There is no x-intercept, and it's decreasing. Okay, last one. Okay, so graph the parent function. Okay, so I have a reflection. I have g of x equals negative 3 to the x plus 2. So we were going to reflect first, and then I will go up 2. So it's reflection over the x-axis, and then up 2. All right, so let's reflect over the x-axis, and then go up 2. So I'm going to start with 0, 1. Reflect over the x-axis, up 2. So it's down, and then back up 2. And then the next point I'm going to go from 1, 3, so it's reflection over the x-axis, which puts me at 1, negative 3, and then it's up 2. And then I'm at 2, 9, reflection over the x-axis puts me at 2, negative 9, and then it's up 2. So it looks like this. Okay, so my asymptote is y equals 2. My y-intercept is 0, 1. Your x-intercept get from your graphing calculator, find the 0. And that 0 is 0.631, 0. And it is decreasing. Okay, so that's it, and have a good night.